My name is Pat Dyer, and I'm the mother of two of the girls that are going to be performing for you here tonight. And I want all the girls to know that they can do anything, be anything, or have anything. So with that, let me see. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. I little man, don't you, Lola, wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Recline yourself, design yourself, you're through. I always get what I aim for, and my heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Take off your coat, don't you know you can't win? You know it's ancient from the root. I'm irreplaceable, you forgiving. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. I always get what I aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Take off your coat, don't you know you can't win? You're not exempt from the rule. I'm irreplaceable, you forgiving, giving, giving. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. watch her closely. Notice the ease and grace with which she slips out of things. No lost motion, no awkwardness. From all appearances, you'd think she'd spent her life undressing. That, truly, is artistry. Ah, there should be some developments here. No, I'm afraid the developing has gone the limit. However, Trixie's been around, and when it comes to undressing, she should be able to show us a thing or two. Oh, now, Trixie, please, don't forget your bedroom manners. Back in the Barry boudoir. Now I'm sure we'll see something. For Miss Barry has excellent bedroom habits, and she unquestionably has it. Oh, she must have it, or didn't she capture the world's greatest lover? She not only knows how to get a husband, but how to keep him. The what? Well, that's what it says in the script. Ah, now we're getting right down to business. Wasn't that executed beautifully? Doesn't that prove beyond all doubt that it isn't what you obviously reveal, but what you artfully conceal that makes disrobing an intriguing art? If you notice the poise of the body, the rhythm of each graceful movement, to the appreciative, there is in a scene like this something truly uplifting. Yes, indeed. Style, charm, and distinction come from neither beauty nor money, nor a combination of the two. They are the simple result of aesthetic sense, cultivated taste, and a persistence in maintaining the lovely little tricks that every girl practices on her first sweetheart. Miss Barry has a subtle artistic ability to inject suspense into her disrobing, a most commendable habit, ladies, and one that should be universally adopted. Now, she's about to slip out of her slip. No, it's not a slip. It's her. Well, let's skip it. To convey to you precisely what I mean by aesthetic sense, let's follow the candid camera to Trixie's once more, where that other celebrated taker-offer may be able to show us a few other wrinkles. Trixie, after all, you know, we're holding you up as a colossal example of boudoir finesse, and millions of women all over the world are eagerly waiting to see just how you do it. Come, Trixie. Let's get down to the foundation. It's easy to see how this gal puts up such an imposing front, Trixie. These ladies are all here to learn how to undress. They're not interested in how to take down an awning. They want to see your technique. Isn't that awful? The SS Normandy is in. Really, ladies, I'm terribly sorry. This sequence has turned out to be a perfect bust. Well, anyway, a bust. And that man's here again. Now, for a little light on a real subject. Let me see, what you going to do now? Rest? No, I believe there's something coming off here. Oh, yes, of course, the stockings. She has lovely eyes, don't you think? Well, to tell you the truth, I hadn't noticed them myself. You see, ladies, Miss Barry always rolls her stockings down from the top, never from the bottom up. That's a very good point to remember. There's a delightful nonchalance about this little lady, a studied indifference that is certainly effective. Invariably, she keeps you guessing as to what she'll do next. A trick which never fails to intrigue the average husband. When Elaine rolls them, they stay rolled. I mean the stockings, of course. Trixie even gets into her own hair. Life is just a bowl of cherries to Trixie, but she's the pits. And take a look at the hooses she's got on her head. Those things went out with blind pigs. Well, they'd have to be blind to take Trixie out. How her husband must thrill to such exotic charms. No wonder he has business at the office. I'm afraid I'd have business in South Africa. This little pig went to market. Stayed home. You're a big girl now. Oh, look at that. Is that grace or disgrace? You're just wasting your time, Trixie. It'll take a broad axe to whittle that down. Now really, Trixie, is that... blow a gasket someday. As it's turned out, you're probably gazing upon the greatest exponent of what not to do in a bedroom. To keep a husband, she'll have to keep him. Ah, but this is something else again. A soft, balmy night, dreamy music, and a touch, just the merest touch of some subtle perfume. Mrs. Johnson, that'll get him. You know, the average woman will use every bit of feminine trickery at her command to sell herself to the man she loves, until she lands him. And after that, she just sends him monthly invoices. I think this worry is about over, though. In a few moments, Trixie will fold up like a dump truck and call it a day. Yes, I was right. The dreadnought is about to drop anchor. Through the all-seeing eye of the candid camera, you have witnessed the correct and the incorrect method of retiring. In the instance of Miss Barry, you have seen how it is quite possible to disrobe quietly, gracefully, without effort. There's no need to get out of your clothes as though you were emptying a sack of potatoes. There's no point in leaving your bedroom like a cyclone had struck it. After all, Trixie, we like you, and fun is fun, but please, don't be primitive. As for you, Trixie, I'm cured. A do not disturb sign will no longer bring out the keyhole peeper in me. You have quashed it completely. At last, we sigh with deep regret to think this lesson's done. Such sweet repose, such lovely power. And hubby's asleep. He's been out for an hour.
It's 2 a.m. A friend tells me how bad of a day it's been and her desire to stop eating. I do not tell her I haven't had a real meal in 2 days. After an uncomfortable silence, she turns to me and says, I knew I could talk to you about this because you're the only one of my friends who understands. When she says this, I can't keep from hearing, I'm talking to you about this because all of our friends are a size 4 and your 4 size is bigger than I am, so there's no way you're comfortable in your body either. No, this body is not comfortable, has never been comfortable. This body wears jeans that say love yourself in the slogan. This body hates being told to love itself. This body doesn't know how to love itself. This body fears nobody else wants to love it. This body is too big. Oftentimes it gets thoughts of wanting to disappear, never wanting to eat again, feels as though it is always the topic of conversation when it enters a room. This body doesn't get how she could mistake its self-hatred for understanding. How my self-destructive habits are validation to her own. This body has scars. From every time I have tried to carve the calories out of our diet when cutting them out wasn't enough. This body will never be enough. This body feels like a trap. This body hates its relationship with gravity. Someone once told this body it had its own gravitational pull. This body never wears swimsuits without shorts, avoids mirrors and dressing rooms at all costs. This body wants to be covered in art. At least then it'll be pretty. This body has never felt pretty. This body feels like people meet it before meeting me. If you want to understand this body, you must understand that yes, it is uncomfortable. But despite that, this body is a home. It carries the heartbeat, keeping me alive, keeps me breathing even when I don't want to be. This body says, fuck your beauty standards. This body has more fight left than the war waged against it. This body will not give in.
Zavedime alino, zavedime alino gore dolu, zavedime alino, zavedime alino gore dolu, gore dolu alino gore dolu, gore dolu alino nis boleto, gore dolu alino gore dolu, gore dolu alino nis boleto, dayo bidem alino dayo bidem, dayo bidem alino ikineto, dayo bidem alino dayo bidem, dayo bidem alino ichumena, ikineto alino ikineto, ikineto alino ichumena, ichumena alino ichumena, ichumena alino jenizata, ichumena alino ichumena, ichumena alino jenizata, zavedime alino zavedime, zavedime alino gore dolu, zavedime alino zavedime, zavedime alino gore dolu.
Cover girl. You're really skinny. Why is your skin so dark? Why do you have so many freckles? You need a boob job. You really should eat food. You're so pale. You need a tan. Wasn't your hair blonde like yesterday? You had no butt. Yeah, you never got squat. must be curly or straight.
Your eyebrows are not on fleek. Congratulations! How many months? Oh.
Your makeup looks weird.
I think someone ate too much before they came.
Your dress is, cute.
Your legs are short. Way too skinny.
Have you ever thought of getting a boob reduction?
Someone needs makeup lessons. You look like a clown.
You need to dye your hair.
That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and given the best place wherever. Nobody helps me into carriages, nor over the muddy patches, or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could best me ever. Ain't I a woman? I could work as hard and eat as much as a man when I could find it, and take the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most of them sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, no one but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman?